Hey guys, Ocarina here. So, I've been trying to improve my videos lately. Some things that you probably know about me is that I love band, I love music, I play video games, I write stories, I like uploading videos on YouTube, I play ocarina, I play trombone. But some things that you probably don't know about me is that I like theater, I like a lot of other video games other than Zelda, like Pokemon and Harvest Moon and Mario, Yoshi. I love anime, and I don't really talk about most of these things on my YouTube channel, but they're still like a really big part of me. Um, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in this proof video, is how I kind of was exploring my YouTube channel. When I first started YouTube, I really didn't know what I was going to upload. I mean, I was just like, I want to upload videos. So the first video that was actually uploaded was an accident. My mom accidentally uploaded my sister's Winter Guard competition onto my channel instead of hers, because she normally uploads all the Winter Guard and marching band competition videos onto her channel. But she uploaded that onto my channel. I actually recently edited it and re-uploaded it so that it didn't have any personal info that I didn't want to release. She also, well, no, she didn't do that. Then I had to do an English project, and I also recently uploaded that. That was a trailer for Out of the Dust, and my dad actually helped me edit that one. But I made all the images and such. Then there was this other video. This was the first video that I uploaded to the channel purposely, but it's now private because, again, it has personal info, and I'm not sure if my friends want their faces featured. So I don't know if I can upload that, because most of the video, I think all of the video actually, except for like a few seconds, has me and someone else's face there. But yeah, so I was exploring a lot. I'm just like, I don't know what I want to upload. So I first started my channel, and I was like, you know what? I wanna be a gaming YouTuber. So I started playing Animal Jam, because I don't have a card that records me playing games, so I can't do that. And emulators, maybe, I don't know. I mean, I have a Game Boy emulator. I'm not really good at any Game Boy games though, except for Pokemon. I'm still not very good at Pokemon on the Game Boy, because it's super hard and I hate grinding. So then I got a new computer, and I was finally able to add audio to my videos, which was like a really big thing for me, because I wanted to put audio in my videos, but I couldn't really talk. So I made another Animal Jam video, but it was lagging a lot on my computer. So I was then like, what do I do now? I mean, I don't have anything to upload now, so I'm just like, you know what? I have an ocarina, I play ocarina. There are a bunch of songs that people don't play on their ocarinas. I can't get a tutorial for them, so why don't I do it? So that's the entire point of Ocarina Time 7.0. There was this guy named Alexander Intrikin who did Ocarina Time for 12-hole ocarina, and he was actually the one who taught me a lot of Zelda songs, like Deku Palace, Stone Tower theme, Clock Town theme, Wind Waker theme. A lot of those songs were ones that he taught me, but he had stopped uploading around 2011, I think it was. I mean, just after he had announced that he was going to start playing other songs other than Zelda. So I was just like, who do I go to now? And I'm actually really good at playing by ear. I might also make a video about that, because that's how I learned most of the Cage the Elephant songs. I might actually do a video about playing by ear. But there were actually a lot of people who influenced me to want to make a YouTube channel. Some the biggest ones being Alexander Intrikin, David Eric Ramos, Game Theory, and Peanut Butter Gamer, who are some of my favorite YouTubers. Other of my favorite YouTubers that came afterwards are The Animation Squad. I love The Odd Ones Out. Jaden Animations is my favorite, but The Odd Ones Out was my first. I love Tony V Tunes, Tim Tom, Something Else YT, and then 8-Bit Liam are the ones that I watch. And then I also really love Thomas Sanders. I never really looked on Vine until long after it was shut down. I mean, I think it was like 3 weeks ago that I actually looked on Vine for the first time. But yeah, I had heard about Vine around, I think I was in 8th grade. So that was like in 2016, 2015, something like that. When it was like really, really popular because after school they were like, what do you guys want to watch on YouTube? And they're like, let's watch Vine! So we just turned on Vines and I didn't even know what it was. I'm just like, these are really, really short. There's like a bunch of them and they're totally random and I don't know what's going on. I got introduced to Thomas Sanders because my friend actually really loves him. So back in, I was 14, so I was about 14 at the time, but she showed me a compilation of Thomas Sanders Vines. This was the Disney pranks Vine, plus the Pokemon pranks afterwards, and I just like watched the entire video. It was only like 5 minutes long, but yeah, then I was like, this is pretty cool, so I went on my own YouTube and I started watching that, and then I found out that that wasn't the only thing he did, so I found these other compilations of him, and I'm like, this guy's really funny. It was like a lot later though, when I first started actually looking at some of his other videos. I think it's like I started looking on his own YouTube for his own compilations, and I started watching the Sanders sides. And this is where we come into this video. So one of his videos that he did on Sanders sides, I will put a link to the playlist that he has in the description, but basically he has different personalities just like everyone does. His are his logical side, his creative side, morality, and anxiety. My favorite is anxiety, just so you know. But he basically does this thing where he's finding out stuff about himself, and he cuts to different scenes where he's interacting with his different sides. So like he'll be talking to his anxiety will pop up and say something like hi, and he'll be like, whoa. But it's really cool. I do recommend it. It's one of my favorite series on YouTube. But it really got me thinking. One of the videos is Am I Original? That's the title, and and this is like mainly focusing on his creative side. And so he's talking to his creative side, and he's like, I really need to find something original because his anxiety was saying that he wasn't original and that he's just making copies and he needs to find something that's his work. So his creative side is like really trying to find something original, but every single idea he has was already created and is also someone else's idea. So they did something like reaction videos, they did gaming channels, they did crime-fighting pizza lovers, which was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They also did rap battles, but that was epic rap battles of history. And there's one thing that Logic said that I still entirely agree with. Complete originality is really, really rare. I mean, my channel is not original, okay? I started off as like this gaming YouTuber for Animal Jam. I mean, there are a bunch of people who do gaming YouTubers who do gaming videos, and a lot that do Animal Jam videos. I mean, then I started doing ocarina reviews, and there are still a lot of people doing that. Then I started making tutorials for the ocarina. There are a lot of people doing that. Even my ocarina tabs, a lot of people do that. Nothing I do is original. I even do vlogs, and that's not original either. And I do even do sometimes these little theories, and that's still not original. But originality is really rare, and why do we have to like keep racking our brains to make something completely original? The reason why I'm making this proof video is because my favorite band is Cage the Elephant. You guys probably know this because I have a bunch of videos about Cage the Elephant, and I will do a tutorial for the next two songs that I've learned. I've also learned Hypocrite, so I might also film that today. But everyone always complains that Cage the Elephant is not original, and that they need to stick with one format and that they can't change it at all. I'm just like, okay, so you're telling me that if they start out as a garage rock band, they have to keep making garage rock music. And you're telling me that they can't take any inspiration from any other bands. They have to do their own style. I'm just like, okay. Again, I've already said originality is very rare. I mean, if you make YouTube videos, your channel probably isn't original. Even if you were the first person to upload that content, say you were the first person to start reviewing an album review, which is most of the videos that I get these complaints. I'm just like, your channel isn't original, because not only are there like tons of album release reviews out there, I think a lot of people review albums in their head. Even if they don't release videos about it, they're still reviewing the albums in their head, and a part of that is probably based off someone else's work. If you do gaming channels, that's not your game. It's not your game. And even if it was your game you created, it's not original to create a game. You probably inserted some things that isn't original, like maybe fighting enemies or creating stuff like Minecraft. It's really hard to get something that is purely original. So why? I get it that a lot of the songs sound like other bands, and yes, I have heard the Pixies. I get why they say that it sounds somewhat like the Pixies, but that's like saying that Imagine Dragons and let me go like this. Carrie Underwood and Taylor Swift are pretty much the same thing. I'm just like, yes, they create the same music genre. How is that copying each other? And I have heard of Black Keys, and I'm just like, mess around. Yes, it does sound like a Black Keys, but it's still original. I mean, it's not like they entirely copied it. Is it bad to take inspiration from someone? I mean, again, like they said in the video, I mean, it's a good thing to take, and I'm talking about the Am I Original video by Thomas Sanders. It is a very good thing to take someone else's ideas and make it your own. That's what makes it original. I mean, that's what makes all vlogs original. Not even vlogs are original, because everyone does vlogs. I mean, but what makes them original is that you're talking about your own life. You are using your own expression. These are your thoughts, your ideas, and no one can change that. But the other thing is that they can't change their style, and I'm just like, okay, let's look at my channel here. Again, I have pretty much been all over the place with my channel. I started off with a Winter Guard music thing, then I did school stuff, then I did gaming, then I did ocarina, then I started doing vlogs, then I started singing. I'm just like, it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, you don't have. An album is pretty much just a compilation of songs. Not all of them have to be the same. I mean, that's like just a mixtape. I mean, what's the problem with having an album with totally different songs? Thank You Happy Birthday happens to be my favorite album by Cage the Elephant. And I love it so much because there are so many albums and so many bands where their songs, yes, they are different, but most of them are completely the same. I'm not saying that these bands are bad. One of my favorites is Imagine Dragons, but like, especially with the newest album, Evolve, a lot of the songs are actually pretty similar to each other. Like, they have a similar feel to each other, and that is good. I like that. But at the same time, Cage the Elephant is new. I mean, so many of their songs, so many of their albums include so many different types of songs. So, say you like multiple genres. Say you like alternative rock, jazz, and rock, and yet you have 3 bands that you like, and all of them are releasing new albums at different times, but you do want new songs. With Cage the Elephant, you pretty much get that. When you get a new album, you also get a bunch of different genres with the song. I mean, everyone loves Melophobia, right? You have Spiderhead, where it's pretty much this, it has a really strong beat. I'm still not very keen on music genres, so I don't really know. I'm guessing it's like rock. It's rock in my opinion. Then you have a slower song like Telescope. Then you have Cigarette Daydreams. Then you have Halo, which is also like a weird one, kind of like It's Just Forever. Then you have Teeth, where it's pretty much screaming at you sometimes. It's not exactly screaming. It's just very weird. And you pretty much get that all in one album. I mean, you get different songs in an album, and they're releasing it all at once. Why are you complaining? And just like, you get something new, and it's such an adventure, and why do you only like one genre? Why? I mean, what's wrong with trying new songs? I don't know, just... Is it really so bad to take inspiration from people? You have taken inspiration from people. I know you have, because if you have not taken inspiration from people, you have probably lived under a rock. You probably have parents, and your parents have probably influenced your decisions. They have taught you how to walk. They have taught you how to talk. I mean, normally the country that you live in influences your accent. If you grow up in England, you will probably have an English accent. If you grew up in America, you will probably have an American accent. If you grew up in Mexico, you probably have a Mexican accent. What? Say you live in Japan, though, and yet your parents talk American at home, or English at home. Even though you still live in Japan, you will still probably have an American accent because your family speaks American. And that might have been the first language you knew was American, so you probably would have had an American accent. And is it really that bad? I mean, that just makes things interesting. And people like different content. I mean, you have videos like Peanut Butter Gamer and Pro Jared. You might like one, you might not. You might like the other better. And you get to pick and choose which one you enjoy more. And is it such a bad thing to have multiple things of the same type? Because you get to pick and choose, and it's like having one cake that's vanilla and one cake that's chocolate. There's still cake, and there's still pretty much the same food, just they have different flavors. And I love it that there's so many people taking inspiration from each other. I took inspiration from people. I mean, if I had not taken inspiration from my siblings, I would have never been in band today. And that's pretty much what defines my life now. I love band. That's my passion. And I'm so glad that there are so many people who have made these kinds of things, and now I can take inspiration from them and make them my own, make them part of my life. And I don't really know how to end this video. Just take inspiration from others. Don't be afraid to make things your own, because it's your own mind. It's your thing. Even though it may be like someone else's, this is your content. This is your mind. This is your life. Make it your own. Thanks, guys, for watching, and peace out.